You know, I used to spend my early days in Manitoba watching the Blue Bombers. I'm not sure whether I should admit to that today.
They were bad. CFL playoffs today. It was the East Final at the Sky Dome, the Argonauts against Winnipeg. And on paper, we expected a tight game, but in reality, it wasn't even close.
The Argos stung the Bombers' defense on their opening drive. Toronto needed just 4 plays to score as Matt Dunnigan connects with David Williams, 7-0 Argos. With Toronto leading 15-0 still in the first quarter, the Bombers' special teams shows little effort, and it cost them dearly. Rocket Ismail bounces off a teammate, avoids a Bomber tackler, and then sails across the field to the end zone. A 75-yard punt return, which put Toronto in front 22-0. Unfortunately, Ismail later suffered a mild concussion and did not return to the game. The Bombers' biggest play of the first half followed the Rockets' TD. Les Brown works the reverse with Matt Pierce. Brown finds an opening and goes 76 yards before being taken down at the 18-yard line. That led to the Bombers' only points of the day, a 28-yard field goal by Troy Westwood. It was 22-3 after one quarter. 7 minutes into the second quarter, Dunnigan will find Mike Clemens in the flat, and he has plenty of room to run. He gets a big block and then forces his way into the end zone as Toronto held a commanding 33-3 halftime lead. Ricky Foggy replaced Matt Dunnigan at quarterback in the second half and throws the Argos' final touchdown of the game, a 14-yard strike to Darrell K. Smith. The Argos win the Eastern Final convincingly, 42-3 over the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Well, we at least know the Argos will be in the Grey Cup next week in Winnipeg. What about the West Division Final between Calgary and Edmonton? We go to Commonwealth Stadium for the highlights. First quarter, Tracy Ham to Blake Marshall, a 9-yard pass. And it's 7-0 for the Igloo men as Marshall goes over the plane. The Stamps come back. Danny Barrett, quarterback. He will hit Brian Saponjas here. You can see Barrett coming back and hits Saponjas, who does most of the work himself. Nice deke there. Goes 36 yards for the touchdown. We're tied early in the game at 7. But before the first quarter is out, Ham over to Chris Armstrong. Look at this beauty. 60 yards, 14-7 for the Eskimos. The second quarter, Tracy Ham will find Craig Ellis in the end zone. Just watch the time that Tracy Ham has right here. Fakes the throw there to the right, comes back, goes to the end zone. There's Ellis. It's 21-7 for the Eskimos. Late in the second quarter, this could have been a turning point because the Stamps' third down and goal. Kevon Jenkins is in for the touchdown, 26-14. And the Eskimos gamble on a fake punt. This is Michael Souls. Goes 29 yards for the first down. 2 plays later, it's Brian Walling that will run it in to make it 33-18. I can update it now and say it's 33-28 late in the fourth quarter for the Eskimos. The Miami Dolphins are the last team to go undefeated in the National Football League. That was 1972. Now, nearly 20 years later, it looks like we'll have another team that will go through without a loss. The team is Washington, and today the Redskins demolished Pittsburgh. Ripping to Art Monk. He is in bounds. A great catch. 7-0. Ripping now to Gary Clark. Watch this catch. One hand right there on the 10-yard line, and it leads to another touchdown. This one by John Riggs, a 1-yard romp. The Skins win big for the second week in a row, 41-14. They're 11-0. Eagles kept their playoff hopes alive over Cincinnati. The Bears had no trouble over Indianapolis. They're now 8-2. The big game in the AFC West Division for first place, Denver and Kansas City. And it was won by John Elway again, 24-20. The Broncos are 8-3. Vikings came from behind to beat the Packers. The Jets also beat New England, 28-21. And Atlanta over Tampa Bay in a rout. Game's just over. It was the Giants 22, Dallas 9. New Orleans and San Diego tied 21 late in the game. It's the Raiders 31, Seattle 7. That's a final. Detroit leading the Rams 21-10. Another final, San Francisco 14, Phoenix 10. Romana Challenge Bonspiel at the Hub. Last night it was Kelly Uzdebski and Brad Hite qualifying from the A. The ice now in the B finals. Mark Lane against Kevin McGregor of Edmonton. Ron Mills is meeting Brett Churlo of Saskatoon. The final will be held tomorrow afternoon. Western Hockey League this afternoon, well, it was the Blades entertaining Moose Jaw. Blades are surprising a lot of people early in the going. And currently they're in third spot in the East Division, but moving up. Friday they waxed Regina. This afternoon, Moose Jaw here, 4 seconds into the game. Here it is. Brett Tremblay of the Blades and Kent Staniforth of the Warriors. That's their third fight of the season. We're going to give the decision to Tremblay. Blades open the scoring on the power play. Andy McIntyre to Glenn Gullickson, first of 2 on the afternoon. That's 1-0. And then a little over a minute later, James Startup to Derek Tibbetts. He cashes in on the 2-1 there. 16th of the season to make it 2-0. McIntyre adds to the lead, bats the puck right out of midair into the net. That's his 12th of the season. Blades are up 3-0. Still in the first, Richard Matvechuk shows his shooting skills here. Snaps the wrist shot by Jason Fitzsimmons. 4-0 after one. Big day for the Blades. 7-2. Gullickson and David Strush, 2 goals each, as the Blades continue their march in the East Division.